Today's Chicago Bears mailbag is sponsored by Magic Spoon. Guys, this cereal is great. It's delicious, and most importantly, it's nutritious and healthy. Get $5 off at magicspoon.com/bears. I crushed a bowl before today's live mailbag, and you guys can as well. magicspoon.com/bears. Go check them out and get $5 off your first order. Okay, we got a bunch of super chats to get to, so let's do it. Twinquist says, the O-line is god-awful at pass blocking, but the analysis videos I've seen show that the blocking scheme is completely flawed. Thoughts? I'm sure it's a combination of all of it. I mean, let's be honest. Jason Peters has arguably been your best offensive lineman. That guy was fishing 2 months ago. I mean, 39-year-old Jason Peters should not be the best offensive lineman you have. Now, Whitehair and Daniels have been pretty solid. Right tackle, it is what it is. Ifedi's hurt. He's okay when he's healthy. Wilkinson, I think, is doing about as good as you can expect as a backup. And Sam Mustipher is probably a backup center. So I think it's a combination of player personnel. Good for Ryan Pace for not building the O-line. It doesn't help that Tevin Jenkins is hurt. And I think I think there is some truth to the schematics not being great as well. Logan with the $50 super chat. I appreciate that so much. Bears need O-line. Trade some players for picks. Yeah, I mean, look, you got to get some O-line. I mean, long-term, you're hoping that Tevin Jenkins is a cornerstone right or left tackle. We'll see which side. I still think it'll be right tackle long-term, but we'll see. Cody Whitehair is a guy I think that you can rely on long-term. We'll see what they do with James Daniels. He's been pretty good this year, but not great. He's a free agent. I think you for sure need to upgrade at center and at one of your tackle spots. Jay with the $5 super, appreciate it. A-Rob and our receivers get no separation with these 4 vert and curl plays. We need 2 more two-man designs, etc. Hence why Justin Fields holds onto the ball forever. Yeah, that 3rd and 15 where Fields took the sack, don't get me wrong, the sack was bad. You got to throw the ball away. That was awful. An awful schematic, though, in that situation. That should have been a play to get like 8 or 9 yards. Get some yards after the catch. If you can get the first down, great. If not, you kick the field goal. But I did not like that play design whatsoever. Ryan Turner says, this was a sticker. Appreciate the $5. Appreciate the support, and use hashtag Bears if you want to get your questions in there. All right, next up is Jumping Jack with hashtag Bears. Could the Bears trade David Montgomery and roll with Khalil Herbert? I guess in theory you could. Obviously Monty's hurt, so he would have to pass a physical, but I don't think there's any way he gets traded. Not right now. I mean, this is still your best back. I love Khalil Herbert. I like what I'm seeing. It's been 2 games. Like, David Montgomery has, a couple of years under his belt of proven play. He is a fantastic running back. Now, a year from now, could you let David Montgomery walk or trade him then, and then instead of paying a running back over $10 million a year, roll with Herbert? That's possible, but right now, I don't think so. I think next year, you roll with Monty and Herbert as your 1-2 punch, and I think you're feeling very good about that situation. Who is the better running back? We'll make this the pinned comment on today's show, so go ahead and answer down there. Type DM for David Montgomery, type KH for Khalil Herbert. If you get hit with the ad break, go ahead and get your votes in. Shout out to you fans on Chicago Bears Now. We have Bears videos all season long. It's youtube.com/Bears Now. Stay up to date with the latest around this Bears football team, and hopefully they pick up a big win on Sunday. We will be live for a Bears vs. Bucks watch party. Subscribe for more videos. Lee Davies, A-Rob to the Broncos or Jets? Who gives you a better draft pick? That would be my thought. I don't know why the Jets would trade for him midseason. They're not winning this year, but the Jets do have an extra first-round pick from Seattle, so hey, if they want to give the Bears a first, I'm down, but I don't think that's the most likely scenario at the end of the day. Tyler Monaghan is next up. What happened to Thomas Graham? He is on the practice squad. They don't think he's ready. I don't know what to tell you. Trade Khalil Mack from Chris Ayers. I mean, you're going to get a lot for him right now. He's balling out. You would get at least a first and maybe multiple. He's having maybe his best year as a Bear. People were questioning if he was falling off. He is not falling off. He is fantastic. I wouldn't do it, but if someone was like, I'll give you 2 first-round draft picks, I would at least have to think about it. I'm not going to lie. Peyton Agons, I honestly forgot about Tevin Jenkins. Any word on him? I saw him roaming the sideline during last week's game. Tarik Cohen was as well. A couple of guys that would be nice to get back, but no real updates. They have not said much about him whatsoever. Matthew Perlberg, would you trade Allen Robinson and Akiem Hicks for a first-rounder? Like both for one first-rounder or like a first round for each? If it's both for one, that's more realistic. I don't think Hicks is getting you a first by himself. That would be tempting. I might do that because they might both be gone next season anyway. It would hurt your chances to win more games this year, but it's tempting. Definitely tempting. That salty kid, should the Bears try to improve the defense a lot more, and Justin Fields needs to look for open receivers instead of running all the time? I mean, Fields has looked to throw quite a bit. If anything, he's holding the ball too long. Obviously, we're all, the sacks aren't great, and, we don't want Fields to bail from the pocket when he doesn't need to, but that's part of being a rookie, man. He's still learning. Magic Spoon cereal, guys, it's changed my life. I was gaining a lot of weight because I was eating a bunch of crap cereal from the grocery store, and I had to cut it out of my diet, and I was upset because I really enjoy cereal. But that's where Magic Spoon comes in, because it's actually good for you. It's got 0 grams of sugar. It's high in protein. It's only got 4 grams of net carbs. And the best part about it, it tastes like the cereal you guys have been eating your whole life. That's why they call it childlike cereal for grown-ups. They give you a 100% satisfactory rate. It's keto-free, friendly. It's gluten-free, soy-free. The cereal is awesome. Go try some of their different flavors, and you can get $5 off at magicspoon.com/bears. One more time, that is magicspoon.com/bears. Get going with Magic Spoon cereal today. Marquise Harrison, what's up? Do you see the Bears going to the Super Bowl this year? No. Look, if you make the playoffs, you always have a chance, right? That should be the goal. Try to make the playoffs. You're not going to win the division, I don't think, barring an injury to Aaron Rodgers. But you're in the hunt for that 6 or 7 seed. And if you made the playoffs with the rookie quarterback, that's a great accomplishment. Mike Davidson, any news on Borom? I think he's an upgrade at right tackle. Last week, Matt Nagy says he's doing better. Didn't really expand on that. It was a high ankle sprain, so that can take up to 6 weeks sometimes. But you would think he's getting close. Here on Tuesday when we're filming this live, there's no real update, but I do think he could be back in the near future, and maybe he would play over Elijah Wilkinson. Harry Balls. Wow. Trade Eddie Jackson for Bryce Callahan. Is that really a net positive? Like, Jackson's actually been pretty good in coverage. Now, he can't tackle worth a shit, but, I still think Jackson's good-ish. He sucks at tackling, but he kind of always has. It just seems like it's a lot worse now. Callahan's a good nickel, but I think Jackson's more valuable. Mr. Bear Down, we need to use Jimmy Graham more. Only 1 target all year. He's got all the ability to body defenders, and he's a huge red zone threat. I do agree they should use him more, especially in the red zone. Why else would you keep him if you're not going to use him? But I don't know. They just don't seem that motivated. If you're not going to use him, play Jesper Horsted. Let's see him get some reps. I think he can make some plays out there. Roosevelt Haynes, which offensive coordinator would you like to be the Bears' next head coach? Kellen Moore or Brian Daboll? That's a tough one, man. I think you couldn't go wrong either way. I like Kellen Moore in his ascension. Brian Daboll obviously has elevated Josh Allen to heights that we didn't see coming. And I think Kellen has done that with Dak as well. So either way is fine. If you told me they hired Kellen Moore, I'd be like, sweet. If you told me they hired Brian Daboll, I'd be like, awesome. Both guys, I think, would be excellent fits. Get to the next question here. G-Station, we need to draft the center from Iowa. Yeah, he's a good one. I think he might go first round, though. That's the only problem. That's a bummer. But, we'll see what happens come draft time. But, yeah, I think an upgrade at center could be an option. And I do think that Sam Mustipher probably is better utilized as a backup. But, he's at least serviceable, and I think you can at least get through this season with him. How about trading Al Robinson back to Jacksonville from Khalil Mack? Okay. I mean, if they'll give you a second-round pick, I'm down. I don't know if I'd take a third before the end of the season, but maybe you could talk me into it. They could certainly use a weapon for Trevor Lawrence. Max Hill, Justin is a superstar. He's not there yet, but he's got the tools to get there. He's got the mindset to get there. If this kid gets groomed the right way, I do think he could be a star in this league. Keep it rolling here. Hashtag Bears, or you guys can super chat to get your questions on the show so producer Trace can find them. Marquise Robertson asked about this one earlier. Yeah, I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I appreciate the question, though. Lee Davies, only reason tight end not being targeted is because they are adding extra protection. Yeah, they're definitely using them more as blockers, Lee. That doesn't mean that Kmet shouldn't be used more, which is like you said. But yeah, I think after that Browns game, they were like, look, we gotta protect this offensive line. So they have been used more as blockers for sure. Haunting history, I wouldn't mind if Cohen was gone. I wouldn't make any major trades at this point, but picking up a CB is a priority. Isn't Pierre Desir available? Can't remember. I don't want to say yes or no if he is. I do know that he wasn't very good in training camp, so there's a reason he got cut. Jay, I understand the O-line is bottom class, but if Justin Fields is clearly holding on to the ball for a while, why do people continue to blame our O-line? We need to clean house completely. Lazor stinks too. Yeah, like I said, Lazor is an upgrade from Nagy as a play caller, but it's minor. Like, he doesn't have some huge track record of being this innovative play caller, so let's get that out of the way. Fields has held the ball on too long, but the run blocking has just been better than the pass blocking. It just has. I don't think you can dispute that. But I do think he does need to kind of fuel that internal clock a little bit better. Roosevelt Haynes, and then we will get to that super chat. You think Kyle Fuller will come back to Chicago since he's getting no playing time in Denver? I think the Denver Broncos would like to trade him, but I'm not trading for his contract because that's a net loss. You cut him to save money, but you still have dead cap on him, and then you would bring him back. That doesn't really make too much sense. Excuse me. Appreciate the super chat, Twinquist. Honestly, Fields' energy reminds me of Jay Cutler. I'd like to show a little more emotion on the field and on the sideline. I've seen great emotion from Fields for the most part. Did he look a little down on the sideline last week at times? Yeah, I think he's very tough on himself. You know, I think he knew, man, I can't take that sack. That's a bad play. He's very even-keeled, but I've seen good excitement from him. I don't have any question marks about his attitude or his energy. All right, last question, unless we get another super chat from Peyton. Do you think Quinn could get traded while his price is at its highest right now and get Travis Gibson some reps? Possibly, yeah. I mean, he's definitely tradable at this point. But do you want to trade him? I mean, you're finally getting what you paid for, right? If you were 0-6, 1-5, okay, that's a different deal. But you're 3-3. It's not like you're out of the hunt here. And they just restructured his contract, so it actually becomes a little more difficult to trade him. But yes, should Travis Gibson get more reps? Absolutely. He probably will this week because guess what? Robert Quinn's on the COVID list. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at HGramNFL. Appreciate you guys for supporting the show. We can't answer every single question, but at HGramNFL, that is the place to hit me up if you want to ask more questions over there. So give me a follow, slide in the DMs. They are always open on my Twitter handle, and that is at HGramNFL.